All right. So the other day, I got this guitar, and it was literally like $60, and I did a video on it, and there it is right there. Ibanez RX 20. They're going for. I mean, they're like $300 guitar, but I paid $60 for it. So, and it did really, really good compared to a virtuoso guitar that I bought the same day. And then about a week later, I bought this thing, an AZ um, beginner's guitar. I don't have the model in front of me, and it is awesome. I've got one right here, and it's it's killer. uh, it was like I got this for $150, and I like it better than my PRS Silver Sky, which I paid $850 for, which is it's just way too much. That Silver Sky has pretty much ruined PRS for me, uh, just because it was just such a. I just felt so taken by the hype, and then paid too much for one, and then I tried to convince myself it was a good guitar, and to this day, I really think it's one of my worst guitars. You see him going for 450 on Reverb, and there you go. So I was combing the internet, and I came upon this video. I came upon this video right here, and it's called "Expensive Guitars Are a Waste of Money," and I was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. This could be true. In a lot of different senses. 4 years ago, right around the beginning of the virus, I bought a guitar for like $80 and then resold it for 300, and thought to myself, this is the ticket. This is the way to do it, because I really think I should go after the cheaper, less expensive guitars generally, because I can buy more of them for less money, and there's more room for profit margin in there. Okay, by the way, this is a video that came up on my feed. Jace Allen Guitar, I guess, is the name of the original uh, poster. This video originated from this channel called Jace Allen Guitar, and so it'd be good if you subscribed and watched the original video I gave him. I'll put the link in the description. So, of course, this caught my attention.
Hey everybody, Jace Allen here. Welcome
Hi,
back to the
Jace.
channel. After reviewing dozens, perhaps over 100 guitars in the last couple years, the thing that stands out to me the most is that expensive guitars are, well, kind of a waste of money. Now, before you rush off to the comments to tell me how wrong I am, please hear me out. I'm what you might call an intermediate guitar player. I'm quite past the beginner stage, but not quite to the advanced stage.
I'm a little more advanced. I right away. I'm guessing he's going to be going from what other people are saying about guitars, maybe not from his own
I've used
experience.
a few lessons, and if I practiced regularly, I might actually be a pretty good player. But for my purposes, for what I want to accomplish, my playing ability is adequate. I can play with a band, I can play well enough to do solo acoustic, I've recorded a couple albums, I feel pretty satisfied by
Good
what
for you.
when it comes to guitar.
Give yourself a
And
hand.
I know there are a lot of people out there like me, bedroom or home studio players that maybe play out a handful of times a year, maybe get together with friends and jam.
All right. Well, my videos aren't geared towards those type of guitar players. So if you're watching and you're more of a beginner type of guitar player, I really think this is more relevant if you're a professional. I mean, maybe it doesn't matter, but
And perhaps even record some original music.
I mean, yeah. I mean, obviously, if you're a beginner guitar player, you're gonna want a cheaper instrument because you don't even know if you're gonna keep the sport up. you know?
So for folks like us, I would say that expensive guitars, actually expensive music gear of any kind, is a total waste of our money.
Yeah.
Allow me to explain. Let's look at wine.
Okay, well, I don't hear his metaphor about wine, but so this is the way it is, okay? The quality control has gotten really good, so you can't really even buy an unplayable guitar today. However, the guitar will suffer from, not suffer, but what it'll make up for is you're going to have, the materials won't be as good and the resale value won't be as high as it would be. But why do you care if you're a beginner? Okay, if you're a professional like me, it makes sense to buy a used Kiesel where you can play the guitar and you're spending a lot of money, but you're going to get your money back when you go to resell it eventually. So in that case, really buying an expensive guitar really is not really an issue, I'd say, because you're going to get your money back, right?
Have to do with guitars, you ask?
Cheap guitars are not going to hold their value at all. The AZ I bought for 150 is they're going for 300 new, so it lost 50% of its value. And most guitars, well, I guess it really depends on how much you spend. The more you spend, the less the guitar will depreciate, obviously.
Wine has had a similar journey throughout history as guitars. Wine has been made and consumed since around 8000 BC.
Okay, I really just want to skip his.
Then civilization happened. With civilization came commerce and the commercialization of everything. So wine went from just a beverage people made on their homestead with grapes from their backyard to a status symbol. You can thank the Renaissance for that.
I would say cheap guitars really resemble expensive guitars. So from a distance, you can't tell a cheap guitar anymore, really.
Everything from wine to music became something.
So that's his argument there. Really doesn't hold any weight either.
Yet us regular old peasants were still making and drinking wine and making and playing stringed instruments.
Well, if you're buying a guitar to make a profit, which is not a bad idea, because you don't want to lose money when you're in this game, right? Then buying cheap guitars is a better idea because, like I said at the beginning of my video, there's a lot more room for profit in a cheaper guitar. Buy a guitar, the guy doesn't know what he has, so you buy it cheap, and then you could very easily double your money on a cheap guitar. So an expensive guitar, it's very uncommon that you're going to double your money on an expensive guitar. Okay, now if you're buying guitars to sell them or for a profit or whatever. Now if you're buying a guitar to play because you're a beginner, then expensive guitars don't make any sense because what he's saying. Now if you're a professional, I think the happy place is somewhere in the middle, right? You don't want to spend too much. To me, where it gets to be where guitars are great is around like the $800 mark, $800. I think for $600, $700, $800, you can almost pretty much find a really awesome, amazing guitar for $700, $800. Now $400 or $500 is gonna be a little tougher. $200, $300, and you're looking at a guitar like the Ibanez, but it punches way above its weight. And to me, the Ibanez AZ that I bought is as good as a Silver Sky Paul Reed Smith, which costs, well, it's going to cost $450 plus shipping on Reverb today, but I paid $850 for my fucking guitar. God damn it.
By the turn of the 20th century, common people were living
Still
in
not happy about that.
working manufacturing jobs.
God damn it.
Things like both wine and their own music. Same with wine. Heck, Prohibition couldn't even stop alcohol from being made and turning into an underground industry. So think about the evolution of wine. It began as just something people consumed.
Oh, jeez, get on with it. Oh, Jesus.
Wine, many guitar players hold toward the guitar.
Oh, God.
So when your spouse tells you to pick up a bottle of wine,
Okay,
you would assume
all right.
buyer's remorse after you do so. There's not a huge difference between cheaper models and the more expensive ones. Sure, the expensive guitars have gorgeous.
Okay, here's the important part, I guess.
Edges and triple wound, organically grown boutique pickups. But at the end of the day, a budget guitar will make as much music as the.
Yes. Okay, all right, there you go. All right. You should have put that at the beginning of your video.
So you're probably thinking, Jace, why do you do expensive guitar sales? Well, I don't. I have absolutely nothing against guitar companies making money. If Fender can sell a USA-made Strat for almost $3,000, then more power to them. If people think owning an expensive PRS makes them sound better, great. Do what you want. Just like I don't have anything against Ferrari making and selling expensive guitars.
It's a resale value. Guys that are buying the expensive, the guy that's buying a Ferrari is going to resell, that's an investment, okay? Good guitars are investments. So if you look at them that way, they're not a waste of money, in my eyes. They're just maybe tougher to sell. I don't know.
My iPhone art is a work of art. Visually, it's stunning. It also sounds great. Although I was hard-pressed to tell the difference between this and a cheaper Agile Les Paul style guitar. So what are some of the problems with this guitar? Well, for one, it's nearly 10 pounds. I took it to band practice once and my back regretted that.
Okay, well, any Les Paul is going to be that heavy. Now he's talking about a Gibson, obviously. I'm just going to skip through this. Okay, let's just put a bow on it. So, expensive guitars are a waste of money? No. For the reasons I stated. Will you find shitty guitars that are expensive? Yes. I have gone through that with some Ibanez models that were really very pretty and just didn't cut it, and they went back. And if you spend a lot of money, you're more likely to find a great guitar than if you spend a little bit of money. If you spend a little bit of money, you might have to upgrade, you might have to put some pickups in it that you like. Hopefully the thing holds tune, and that's a good starting spot if you're looking for inexpensive guitars that play and sound as good as expensive ones. So I kind of disagree with this guy. So what's his name again? His name is Jace. All right, Jace. Jace has got a better hairline than I do. He's got quite a bit more gray. So I got that going for me. All right. Thanks for watching. And more videos like this to come. These are easy to make and fun, and they get as much traction as my other videos. So I will be commenting on other stuff that I see that I find interesting. So thank you. Feel free to comment and like my channel and subscribe to my video. All right, I'm so organized. All right, I love you. Goodbye. Thank you for watching.